Hello and happy Wednesday. It's 3 o'clock, which means it's Coffee and Conversation with Jennifer, Simplicity Coach. And I want to remind you that time is sacred, organizing is not complicated, and money is a renewable resource. So welcome to today's Coffee and Conversation. The topic is you don't have to. And why words like should and I have to are very disempowering. What have I seen before in regards to this? You don't have to carry your phone all the time. You don't have to check email every day. You don't have to check it all the time. You don't even have to have email on your phone. You don't have to have social media on your phone. You don't have to carry your phone with you 24/7 and have it by the bed and have it in your purse and have it as an extension of your hand. You also don't have to buy gifts. You don't have to accept gifts. You don't have to participate in your company's 401k if you don't want to. When we feel like we're doing things out of obligation because we have to or we should, it's very disempowering and it's also very restricting. It's constricting, I guess. It's more like someone's taking their hands and putting it around our throat, and it backs us into a lot of corners. So how is it disempowering? We're saying, well, I have to do this or I should do this, which takes the power out of our hands. It takes the power out. It's basically kind of a victim thing, like saying, well, I can't do it, I have to do it because X, Y, and Z said so. So something that really has been showing up for me recently is this: you don't have to. I don't have to. You don't have to. There's many different ways. What is that old saying? Like there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to go about checking in on social media. There's more than one way to check your email. For example, I don't have email apps on my phone, and that's by design. I have recently taken Instagram off my phone and I just check it on the desktop. So there's so many different ways that we can go about checking in or looking at things that might be better serving for us and our own mental health than having it in the way that others think that we should. I had a friend who had her email on her phone and she would receive notifications, lots of emails from stores about discounts, but we would be in the middle of a conversation and she would say, oh my gosh, I just got an email about X, Y, and Z. And it took her immediately out of the present moment. Also, being her friend, I didn't care for it because we were in conversation, and now we've, ended said conversation and moved on to something else. But that is what, for just this simple example of our phones, that's what they do. That's what notifications do. They take us out of the present moment over and over and over every day. So you don't have to have your phone on all the time. You can leave it in airplane mode. You are allowed to do that. There's a fear that something bad might happen and someone won't be able to get a hold of me. It wasn't that long ago that we weren't available 24/7. So if our grandparents could do it and still do it, we could do it now. You don't have to check social media. You don't have to be on it. You don't always have to snap pictures. I noticed within my own self, like this desire to want to snap a picture, but why? Then what? Like, what am I doing that for? Is it because I'm going to share? But why do I need to share that? Why can't I just be in the moment and enjoy that? And it's also really important to look under the hood, specifically with smart devices, and the technology and the blue light and the EMF and the 5G that go around smartphones. It's really important to look under that, but also look under the hood to social media. And how those apps were designed to be rather addicting. It's a feedback loop, and a dopamine hit is like the really simple elementary version of that, but you can do more research if you want. But that's what keeps us coming back to it. And having simple boundaries, like, oh, well, I only check it in the afternoon, doesn't really cut it. It's just like saying, I'm just only going to drink on the weekends if you tend to drink a bottle of wine a night. Like, it's just, that's unrealistic. So today's topic is you don't have to. You don't have to follow the mainstream. You don't have to do what others are doing. You don't have to check in all the time. You don't have to be available 24/7. You can step back. You can unplug. You can slow down. We're realizing that we can slow down and we'll be fine, which is awesome. But you can also unplug at the same time. You can be present. You can not want to tell everybody about everything that you're doing and just be there. I remember last summer I was at the lake with my parents, and I had left my phone in my dad's truck, and my mom said, "Don't you want to take some pictures?" That's not really. I don't want to tell people I'm at the lake. I want to be at the lake. And that's a really great motto for all of us. You know, I don't have to always do this. I don't have to always wear a mask, or I don't have to do, you know, whatever we're feeling that we're told we should and ought to, really taking a step back and questioning those and see where it lands for us and what is true. So a little empowering statement for you today. And I wanted to let you know about next week. I'm going to host another free webinar just like I did last week, but I'm going to specifically talk about planning your day. And since time is sacred, it's something that we tend to think is a renewable resource, but it's not. Money is a renewable resource. Time is not. We have that backwards. But we need to make time visible to understand how important and sacred it is. So I'm going to host a free webinar next week. It'll be next Thursday at 11:30 on the Facebook page, so on this page. And if you don't catch it live, no big deal. You can always just catch it on the replay. I'll leave it up for a while, probably forever. But thanks for tuning in for coffee and conversation. And remember, you don't have to. Permission is granted. So if you have any questions, pop them below. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you well and hope you have a great week.